Rolling out the red carpet. A new movie, commercial and TV production truck is making its debut here in Nevada.
Fox 5's Danny Maston has all the details.
What started out as a drawing on a piece of paper turned into this for local film producer Karl Nickoley.
Think about it like a rolling aircraft carrier for the film business. So it has everything you need to produce a movie or a commercial in it.
This one-of-a-kind multi-million-dollar production set on wheels has been 10 years in the making.
I was living at this apartment building back in Hollywood, and I remember I taped out the entire parking garage of like how the truck would be laid out. The idea for creating the on-location production truck for Nickoley and his brother Scott started in 2013. Instantly it clicked. Man, we could probably combine a lot of these departments into one. Bringing it to life after receiving millions of dollars in loans for construction from Bank of Nevada.
It allowed him to have the money to do the construction part of this, and at the same time knowing that there was still a supply chain issue. There was an increase in the cost of goods to finish it up.
They came to the table wanting to support our dream and our vision.
From cameras to lights to sound to holding a camera car on this lift, this 53-foot truck has everything you need to film just about anything.
You have communications like walkie-talkies and pop-up tents and folding tables and chairs, and then you have a massive generator, you know, because you need to power all of this stuff. Awnings that come out quite a bit. They have LED work lights. And millions of dollars worth of cameras alone. To be able to have a tool like this really sets Nevada and Las Vegas apart from other states that are doing a lot of the same thing. Nickoley tells me the truck will create about 40 jobs. The actual crews will benefit a lot from a truck like this, but there's also, you know, just the local jobs that we need for maintaining this gear. Traditionally, it costs tens of thousands of dollars to get all the moving parts needed for a production. Nickoley tells me to rent out the all-in-one truck will be a huge cost savings. I think what we'll really do is offer a convenience factor, an efficiency factor, high-quality gear. I asked Nickoley, when will the truck hit the road? Next week, we're going to be at Paramount Studios in Hollywood for a big showcase. And then look for this truck at Allegiant Stadium soon. Eventually, Nickoley plans to expand to 10 trucks. I'm Danny Maston. Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Film studios are coming to the Valley. It's the Las Vegas Media Campus site. It's going to be built near the Durango Resort and Casino by California-based Bircher Development, all in partnership with UNLV. It'll have 15 sound stages, an education center, all to train future film industry workers. The other project is an even bigger Sony Picture Studio. It's planned for somewhere in Summerlin with the Howard Hughes Corporation.